Excellent.
Is that a Shokin Farewell?
A Shogun Farewell, yeah. Great tune, not too hard. There's a lot you can do with it. And last time I was kind of focusing on, I think we learned it, but also on the double stops that are possible in that key and a few of the ornaments. I think I mentioned a few, but then I looked at the video there and I said that there's a lot more that I do that we could talk about this week. Grace notes and stuff like that. Ooh, let me just tune up and we'll get started. Okay, so we'll warm up with D major tonight since we're doing a Shogun, and we'll spend lots of time on the double stops, and then we'll do the Shogun, see if you guys can play some double stops and stuff like that in there, and I'll talk about a few of the other ornaments that we can do, and then I've had a couple of tunes kicking around in my head. One thing I'm being careful of with all my fiddlers that I help is to try to get some more of the standard session tunes that you might hear if you walked into a session pretty well anywhere in the city or wherever you go. But some of the really basic ones that it would be good, you'd probably learn them in 5 minutes and it would be very good to have them under your belt. But I'm wondering, like, have we ever done a tune called Knotman's Rambles? Oh, see, that's a standard session tune. You hear it every session, Irish session that you ever go to, and it's easy. And it's a great tune. Let me play it for you. Great tune, very popular tune, uses the high B, which is fun. There's also Morrison's Jig, and I don't know if we ever actually learned Morrison's Jig, but I always make the joke, Morrison's Jig is basically the most ubiquitous Irish tune ever written by whoever wrote it. We don't even know, it was written so long ago, but me and my friends always make the joke that every tune that's ever been written is just a variation of Morrison's Jig. That there was only actually one tune in the beginning, which, could be true. But it goes like this. Morrison's Jig. I'm sure you've heard it. Like, it's highly recognizable. I've never understood really why it's so popular. I mean, well, it's an awesome tune, but it's not the easiest tune. If you listen carefully, you'll hear that there's some different stuff going on, some different long phrases. Now, that's the first part. It's not too complicated, but then... Here's the first ending. And then the second ending is long. See how that works there? It's a long ending. So it's a little bit different. But it is, I would put it down as being the most popular tune at Sessions ever. You know, it's one that I've heard in every country I've been in, and like one of the first ones as well that people hit on. So we might as well get all that stuff. You know, there's a tune. Sorry?
What was that one called? I had to step away.
It's called Morrison's Jig. Yeah. And the one before that was called Connachtman's Rambles. Yeah. Or as my buddy Brian puts it, Connachtman's Rambles. Is apparently the way you're supposed to pronounce it. So that's a couple of jigs. And then there's so many reels that we haven't done. Like, for instance, Mountain Road. I don't know if we've ever done Mountain Road, but it's such a popular tune and it's so easy. Very, very popular tune. Very easy. Then there's Drowsy Maggie. That's like, we even play that in Cape Breton. It's so popular. And it's a great tune, Drowsy Maggie. It's an awesome little burner. It's a single. So those are just a few examples, but I could sit here and play you guys a dozen of each jig, reel, hornpipe that you normally hear a lot at Sessions and would be so good for you guys to get under your belts. Okay, so I'd love to do one of those tonight. I don't know which one. Anybody have any requests out of those four? We got Morrison's, we got Connachtman's, we got Drowsy Maggie and Mountain Road. What's your favorite?
My favorite's Drowsy Maggie.
Drowsy Maggie. Have you ever tried to play it, Jocelyn?
Yeah. I really, really worked hard on that one.
Okay.
I still don't quite have it down with the speed and everything, but I did get it so it sounded good with a decent rhythm. I really like it because I think it rocks. It's like pow, 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 pow. Anyway, I just hear the electric guitars in the background.
Awesome. Right up my band's alley there with the electric guitars. Now, anybody else have any requests?
We had worked on Mountain Road a bit, eh?
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's great. Well, we could put it with Drowsy Maggie. That would be such a great pairing. I don't know which one you'd want to do first. They would both be very good as a first tune, because if you did Drowsy Maggie first, then it's E minor to D. The other way around is awesome too, D to E minor. Let me see which one is better. I'm going to start with Mountain Road and go into Drowsy Maggie. You guys tell me what you think. So which one do you prefer? E minor first or D first?
Definitely the Mountain Road first, and then it finishes strong with Drowsy Maggie.
Mountain Road first, right on. Everybody else like that idea? That's great. Okay, cool. So we'll learn Drowsy Maggie tonight. We'll work on Mountain Road, and we're going to work on a Shogun. That's the plan for tonight. Okay, let's start off with the Shogun though, since that's the one we left off with last time. But first we're going to play our very best D major scale in arpeggio in an octave and a half. I'm going to check my tuning once more because this thing was really out. I headed up north this weekend. I was at my old friend Brooks' celebration of life. He died during the pandemic. very tragically due to alcohol, unfortunately. And of course, nobody could bury him during the pandemic. So, although they did, so they had a celebration of life for him that his brother put on there this weekend, and I went up for that, and it was really great because I got to see some old friends that I haven't seen, and I think I judge it by the kids, so it's been 12 years since I saw these people because I haven't been up there since Jerome came along. And one guy that I just love, his name is John Foreman, and he's a singer and guitar player and fiddle player and banjo player. And he basically like Arlo Guthrie walked out of the woods and grabbed a guitar, this guy. His main living, what he does for a living, is that he builds log cabins using a broadaxe in the old style. And he's even doing it now. He's 83 years old. And I said to him, and he's looking great as well, of course, you know. And I said to him, John, geez, what are you doing these days to be looking so good? And he said, well, you know, my living now is pretty well primarily making bunkies for tourists with the broadaxe. And I said, you're 83 and you're still going at it with the broadaxe every day. He said, oh, yes, it's just the way it is, you know. But this is a guy that he's so funny. He's the type of guy that will come up with just the best perfect song to sing at the moment of time, you know. So really, and I used to play quite a lot with him. So it was really good to go up there, but 6 hours of driving altogether. And the fiddle doesn't like any of that. See, it's still. There we go. Okay. And what really killed me was that he said he bought his 86 acres of land in 1962, or sorry, 62, for $1,000. If you can believe that. $1,000. 86 acres. Okay, let's do our D major scale. Regular old scale. Starts on D, goes up to high A, down to low A. Ready? Slow. Okay, let's try the arpeggio. Ready, go. Let's do another arpeggio for strengthening because that's what we're going to use for double stop. So one more arpeggio. Ready, go. Now, how's everybody feeling about their key of D so far? Is it pretty well in there? Not too bad? Feeling good?
I got new strings and it's so much better.
Oh, good! That's great. What did you get put on there?
Parastos and some kind of Goldie. I have no idea.
Oh, that's
they
great.
looked at it. They said it looks like it. They said it looks like Dan. I said, yeah, give me those.
Well, is that at Heinel?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he knows me. They know me well there. Well, that's great. You're going to find a huge difference there. But you are going to have to do some tuning, obviously.
I've been tuning all day long. Yeah.
There's a couple of ways you can quicken the process. When did you get them put on there?
Last week.
Okay, you're almost at the end then. Yeah, that's good. Because you can tug them, do this
Okay.
to stretch them out. My old trick that I stood by was when I got my strings put on, that night before going to bed, I would turn them up like a half a step too sharp. And then, or like a half step too sharp. And then by the time the morning came, they would come down. See that? And then I would usually crank it up again because I don't usually do very much until about 10 or 11 in the morning in terms of fiddling. So then I'd crank them up again for those few hours. They'd come down a little bit more. And it kind of hastens the process, you know. Sometimes with some strings it can take a long time, but that kind of hastens the process. But if you got Parastros and it's a weekend, you're almost there. So, if everybody's happy with their D major, which it looks like everybody is, I want to make it harder. I want to go faster. I want to do it kind of like this. Okay, and I want to get everybody's accuracy count when we're done. 1, 2, 3, go! All right, not too bad. Let's have one more crack at it. I had 3 little red slivers. 1, 2, 3, go. How was that? I was good. I did much better. You guys feeling good? That's great. Let's do the same with the arpeggio. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's do it again right away. Ready, 2, 3, go. How's the accuracy? High percentage? Excellent. Very good. So let's now work on our double stops in the key of D. Did you hear my cat? He's so pissed off. He's so mad at everybody. They all just went to the library, so he always gets really mad right after everybody leaves. He's really mad, you know? Anyway, he's going to scream at us all night. Okay. Nice, careful double stops. Nice and easy, not too fast. 2 per go. Ready, go. That's some of the best ones I've ever done. I gotta say, very good go through for me. How's everybody feeling about that time around? Not bad? Not too much crunching, choking? Let's do it again.
I think I need the music for that whenever you have a chance.
No problem. We'll do it right now.
The notation for it.
Sure. I just sent it to Deb McPhee, so it should come up right away. Yep. Jocelyn. Off it goes. And for now, I can put it up on my screen. Oh, flying pizza of death. I never get the flying pizza of death on this computer. But it should, that's usually my sign that it's getting full of videos. I should take a look sometime. Okay, one more. I'm going to share my screen so people can see these double stops. Make them bigger. There we go. Let's do it again. Nice and gentle. Ready, go. How's that feeling? Everybody looked like they were doing good. Let's do it one more time, but this one time let's do this bowing pattern. Oh, you know what? I gotta put a little rosin. We're gonna do the hand, 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 arm, arm. As best as you can. It might be a little bit crunchy, especially the hand parts, but it'll be good. It will inform your hand as to what you gotta do. So let's try that. So you put a little rosin on here. There we go. That's better. So. Like that. Okay, plenty of bow, lots of wrist movement. See if you can challenge yourself. Ready, 2, 3, go. Not too bad. Now I'm looking, I can't see everybody's right hand and right arm, but the people that I could see and the general kind of, the way I look for it is I look at the upper arm. And if I see that the upper arm is doing this for the short ones, I know that you're using too much arm for them. And it just wants to be the wrist. So when you do the wrist, see your upper arm doesn't hardly move at all. Okay? So doing pretty good, but could be better. Let's do it one more time. Hand, 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 arm, arm. 1, 2, 3, go. Looking better. Looking better. Definitely. Any questions or problems about any of that? No? Just to keep at it? Yeah. Okay, good. Well, that's that. So now when we do our double stops in the Shogun, we're going to be experts. So let's give it a try. Let's just play a Shogun willy-nilly, any way you feel like, best you can. And let's do it twice, and then we'll try some double stops in there. Okay, so kind of like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Made the high D that time. I played that with my buddy Brian, and he says, after we're done, he says, ever since I took it down to Heinel, I think they moved where that high D is. So how we feeling, everybody? Moderate success? Any double stops in there? Oh, that's great. No? That's okay. I mean, I always say, like, when you're trying to do something like that, just concentrate on one. Just pick one note to double stop and try to do it every time, you know? Now, in terms of the other ornaments, we had some other ornaments that I'm doing in there. The kids are getting home from the library. They're always very excited when they get home from the library. So, and I'm going to talk about the very first phrase, because that's the phrase that I like to dress up the most. And I learned it from if you listen to Jay Younger playing it on the Civil War documentary, it's the way that he does it. It makes it sound very authentic. But it's when you go like this, I do a grace note on every note. See that? And I lean into that D. So I don't play it right away. I don't play this here. I play it a little late. And then I do grace notes all the way down. And then again. See that I do that like every time. And it does give it a really authentic kind of Appalachian kind of sound, and it is what Jay Younger did. So, and it's such good practice. This here move, those are grace notes, and they're very, very good to practice. So this tune gives you a couple of them in a row, and that's why I think it's really good. So again, I'll show you how I do that. I do it all in one bow. And the F is the next bow until I get down to the F, and then I go to a down bow. So it's up, up, down, up, down. And then again, up, down, up, down. Okay, let's just try that opening phrase and see if we can get a little bit of that stuff in there. Hydrating. All right. Let's try that opening phrase. We're going to try it a few times with this ornament pattern. Ready, and... All right. How did everybody do with those little flickies? Let's do it again right away. Right away. Second attempt. Ready, and... Okay. Yes. Can't hear you, Sue. No. Don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. Oh, I had you. Oh, no. No. What happened to you?
I don't know.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good. So, in that first bar, not the pickup, but so you've got that D quarter note, the dotted quarter note. So you're playing a C D.
Yeah.
Right? And then before the C, is it a B C?
No, it's a D. So it's
It's going
it's the note above. See, all three notes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's above, and then the C above, and then the B above, and then the
Yeah.
A.
That's right. Yeah, very good. Good question. Let's do it again.
I was going down up, but I gotta go down down.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like you could I'll show you what it would look like. It's a little more awkward. It would work, but I find the upper one is more ubiquitous. The grace note on top is more usual, and it's what Jay Unger does. So I think you'd get along a lot better doing that. Okay, let's try it again. Let's just try it again right away. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's do it again. Ready, and. One more time for the practice. Ready, go. All right, now how are we getting along? Anybody want to chime in and tell me how you're getting along with those grace notes? Jocelyn's gonna.
I think they seem to flow easy.
Oh, that's good.
Like they're natural. They seem to be placed naturally there. Am I supposed to grace note every single note?
You can. So it's.
Okay.
You don't do anything with the F, and then or these ones. So just those ones coming down the scale is the ones we're focusing on.
Oh, okay.
So the C, the B, and the A.
Okay.
And then the G, the F, and the E. Or sorry, the F, the E, and the D.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the ones for grace noting.
Okay. I did a few of them anyway.
That's great. That's great. And if you get one or two in, that's even better. You know, like it's great.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. Let's just do it again right away. And this phrase, when you play the tune with the repeats, you end up doing this phrase like 4 times. So it's good to get good at it. One more time with these little flickies. Ready, and. Keep going. Do it again. Again. Now that lick there at the end on the D, it's basically a roll. See that? 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. That's what I do on that. Oh, hey, buddy. I'm okay right now. I'll get my hands all dirty and everything.
Just put it in your mouth.
Whoa. Just put it in a bowl and I'll have it after, okay? Thank you. You okay? Okay. Prickly pear. Okay, so everybody clear on those ornaments we can do in the beginning? Now let's see about the second part. Because we talked about the double stops already, but this one here, I do that almost every time I go from 1 to open. I do that little grace note there. See that? So I do. That's a really nice one to do, and it comes up over and over and over as well. That particular little move. I practice it. Well, I've had practice. I never practice, but I've had people practice it on all the strings. Because it's such a common move. You run into it all the time. Okay? So I do that in there. I talked about that particular double stop, E and C together. Okay. I guess that's about all. I'm doing lots of grace notes and stuff, but if I were to list them, I might do it differently next time. You know what I mean? So you can just keep your ear out. Well, the thing is, once you get the hang of the grace notes, and the opening phrase, I'd say, is one of the best ways to work on that grace note idea. But once you get the hang of it, you'll find you're putting it in all over the place anytime you can. And hopefully that's what will happen. So let's try her from the top. We're going to do those grace notes reliably every time, hopefully, and see if you can find a few other places to put some grace notes in the rest of the tune. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Did you get any in? A few little things? Oh, that's great. Tune like this is so good to do that with because there are many opportunities, but you don't have to get them all. You can just get as many as you can, and as you move along and keep working on it, you'll get more. Okay? Any questions or problems with any of that? It's a work in progress. We'll keep working on it. Is there any problems or anything, complaints or anything at all about that? No? That's great. Okay, let's freshen up since we're in the key of D and sounding and looking so good. Let's work on the Mountain Road. Okay? If you need it, let me know. I can put it up on my screen. And while you're looking for it, I'll play it. Got that? Okay, so if everybody has it there, let's kind of review it and bring it back. So we'll go nice and easy, not too fast. Say something like, see if this will work. Let's see if that'll work. And I'll get it up on my screen in case I improvise. Yeah, okay. Mountain Road. So let's go not too fast and see if we can play it there, people. Okay, not too fast. So kind of like this. 1, 2, 3, go! Everybody looked like they were just cheerily playing that tune with not a care in the world, except Susan had to find some music or something, I think, partway through. But then she found it and it looked good. So is anybody having any trouble? Anything in the way of going a bit faster? No? All right, well, I warned you. Let's do it. Let's try kind of somewhere about that speed, okay? I better put it back up or else I'm gonna... This is like a classic tune that I improvise on because there's so much repetition. It just cries out to do something different every time. You got to play that phrase. But I put my music on my screen, so I will not be doing that this evening. So let's try her a little faster. 1, 2, 3, go! you doing, ladies? Looked okay. That is great. Very, very good. So, now we talked about the roll in here and the double stops you can do and stuff like that. There's 2 rolls. So the up bow roll in the first part. And I do that pretty well every time, and so does everybody else I know. In the second part, this here, that DCD can be turned into a roll. And it can be turned into a roll every time if you want. You see how nice that is? That's such a nice way to do it. You don't have to, of course, totally optional. But it is a very common way to ornament this tune. I've heard that. The first time I heard it that way. So, very good thing to do. So let's pick up the speed one more time and see if anybody can get any of them things in. And then we're going to try to learn Drowsy Maggie. Okay. So kind of like 1, 2, 3, and... One more. How did we get along? Anybody have any comments about doing that fast?
Got a little sloppy.
What aspect got the sloppiest, do you think?
Well, I guess I found myself trying to catch up and missing notes and playing wrong ones, but not killer. Like at that speed, I was thinking with practice it was doable. But yeah, just trying to keep up and then getting.
Now, when you say trying to keep up, the one thing that jumps to my mind, first of all, is those string crossings in the first part. Because if you're using all of the meat to do it, then it's kind of impossible to keep up with that part. Because you just cannot swing your elbow that fast to do those.
Yeah, that part is fine. Like
Good.
That part of the chunking is just more after, I guess, the second line here towards the end, then I find myself just trying to catch up.
Okay. Well, that
fingering, I think.
Yeah, and that's nothing a few hundred times won't solve there, Jocelyn. No problem at all.
I think you're right.
Okay, good. Anybody else have any insights about playing it that fast?
It's almost exactly the same as Jocelyn. Like the first part I'm okay with. I can get some of those rolls, but not all of those rolls. So I think it's just, practice. And I get pretty tired at this time, and my brain doesn't connect to my fingers as well at this time.
Yes, I never really understood why. Well, I mean, I understand, but musicians just have a different schedule. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
we have to, our brains have to be on between the hours of 8 and 11 every night, basically. And first thing in the morning, not as important. So that's why musicians always kind of don't start anything until like 10 o'clock in the morning, you know. We usually go, my nights usually end at about 10 o'clock or 11 by the time I'm finished everything. So yes, I totally understand what you're talking about. The only thing I can suggest is what other great fiddlers have done to overcome that type of thing, which is drugs and alcohol. But I don't suggest it, you know, because it didn't really work out well for them. Like, it works in the short term, apparently. But I wouldn't keep it up as a regular practice. Anyway, okay, well, that's fine. So we just got to keep grinding away at Mountain Road. Now, let's see about Drowsy Maggie. First of all, I got to find a good version. And I'm going to look. I think it's in Sandy's book. I'm just going to look. And if it is, I can take a picture and send it right out. Reels. Drowsy. No, it is not. It is not in Sandy's book. Okay, well, that's all right. So we're going to go to the session.org and find the best version there. Session.org. Drowsy. I bet you, I wonder how many settings are there going to be of Drowsy Maggie, which is basically number 2 most popular tune in the world. Okay. 28 settings! Oh my god. Yeah, 28 settings. Let's see here. Now, let's see. Maybe we'll get lucky and the first one will be the best one. The number 1 is great. Added by Jeremy 21 years ago. Oh my god. Yeah, the session.org has been around a while now. I realized when I first moved to Toronto, it was the new thing on the scene, and everybody was complaining about it, mostly because of the versions and because of the fact that there's like nobody to vet the versions on the session.org. Calida. Deb McPhee's going to get it. Jocelyn. Karen's supposed to be here, but she ain't here. Melanie, we'll give it to her too. Diana again. Okay, I think that's everybody. Drowsy. Okay, I have sent it to you all. Drowsy Maggie. Very good version off the session.org. Number 1 off the session.org, by the way, if you're looking for it on your own. And let me get it up here, and I'm going to show you what it's made of. So first of all, it's in the key of E minor. Now I know that there's two sharps in this key signature, which means that it would be in the key of D. But like many Irish tunes, it's in the key of E minor, but it has the C sharp for some reason. Because it's a modal tune. I can't remember which mode that is. I think it might be Dorian mode. But it's E minor with the C sharp. Now let me play it. Everybody's looking at it there, hopefully. And you can follow along, and I'm going to play it nice and slow. Okay? Okay, everybody hearing what that's made of? So in the first phrase and second phrase are very similar. We got this long E, and then the B-E-D-E-B-E. See that? And it's all odd number fingers. I'm not using my 2 at all there. See that? Okay, and then there's this here. Little D major arpeggio there. See that? So when you string all that together, it's got this kind of... Okay, let's try that all together, okay? Just the first 2 bars, nice and slow. And this is another great one for string crossing, guys. So remember that, trying to do it like this, right? Between the A and the D, should be pretty easy. And don't forget your up-ups. Down, up, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, up, down, up, down, up. Kind of like Mountain Road. Ready, slow. Let's do it again. Same thing. Ready, slow. One more time to be sure. Ready, go. Gonna do the first one again. And then it's got this little scaly. A little arpeggio at the end there. So let's try that. B, A, B. C, D, arpeggiate. Let's try that bar. Just that bar together. Ready, go. Do it again. Ready, go. One more time to be sure. Ready, go. And you'll be glad that we did this work on that ending, because if you look at the ending for the B part, it's the same ending. Okay, see that? And whoever wrote this tune out, you know, I think I might have worked with this with somebody before, because I'm recognizing that they forgot to put the final double bar line in on this piece. You see that? There's no double bar line there. So, and the second part, this is a single, this tune, meaning that the parts are only 4 bars long. And so the second part there does not get repeated. It's already repeated, the way that they've written it out 2 lines there, okay? So try to imagine that double bar at the end with no repeat sign, okay? Anyway, let's get this whole first line now. We should be able to do the whole thing. And the ending, like I said, not only is it the same ending in the B part, but the middle phrase of the B part has most of that, except for 1 note. So it's a good one to practice. Anyway, let's try this whole first line. Ready, slow. everybody feeling there? And I gotta say that I'm watching the arms, or what I can see of the arms, and we're doing pretty good for those string crossings. It's looking pretty smooth, not a whole lot of the funky chicken going on. So it's very, very good. Keep that up. Okay, let's practice that part a few more times just to grind it. And I'm trying always to repeat the parts. We repeat them every time so that you guys can get that idea in your head. You know, you want to get to the point where if you play a tune and you play the A part once, that it feels weird. You know, you want to get your ear to that point. Okay, so let's try her again. Let's do it 4 times. Little tiny bit quicker. Ready? One more time. And repeat. Looking good, looking good. Anybody having any problems? No? Pretty straightforward. Now, second part. Classic setup. First phrase, second phrase, first phrase again, and then an ending. And this ending is a 2-bar ending. Okay? That is a little tiny bit unusual. Not for a single, though. They often do that in a single. So the first phrase is this. Now get used to this kind of figure that we start off with. D, F, D, C, E, F. Or E, C. Because we got to do that 1, 2, 3 times in the second part. 3 times. D, F, D, C, E, C. And in the first phrase, we go up the scale. So it's D, F, D, C, E, C. Up we go. That's how that works there. Up the scale to A. And then this little scale in thirds. A, F, G, E. See how that works there? And we got to do it again later on. So let's see if we can do those first 2 bars together, people. Ready? Okay, let's do it again. Ready? And. Okay, one last time to be sure. Ready? And. Okay, now the next phrase starts off the same way, D, F, D, C, E, C, and then it goes down and up. So let's just play that bar. Last bar of the second line, B, A, B, C, D, A, F, A. Okay, A1. Ready, and. Let's do it again. Ready, and. One more time to be sure. Ready, and. Okay, now, theoretically and by rights, we should be able to fly right through that first line without any difficulty. Actually, we should be able to get right through to halfway through the last line because we know all these parts. So let's see if we can do it. Let's start at the top of the B part and see if we can get through at least to the ending there. Okay? D, F, D, C, E, C. Ready, and... Okay, now the next bit is a little scale in thirds. And then the ending that we already know. Okay, let's see if we can do those 2 bars. The last 2 bars of the tune. Okay, the little scale in thirds. 3, 1, 2, open, ready, go. B-A-B. Let's do it again right away. A high A. Ready, go. One more time to be sure. Ready, go. Now let's see if we can get right through that B part. Okay, and then we'll take a little breather before we try the whole thing. So, last 2 lines of the tune, starting with the D, F, D, C, E, C. Ready, go. Did that work out? Let's do it again then. Second part, ready, go. One more time for the practice, a tiny bit quicker. Ready, go. From the top. Drowsy Maggie? Good. Any problems that I can help with right away? The bowing looks pretty good. Everybody's doing your up-ups, which is very, very good. And I was putting rolls in the last time through there. Did everybody hear those rolls? They're very commonly done. So that's up bow rolls on the E in the first part. And then in the second part, I play in the ending. Well, in each of the parts, in the ending, the BAB, I do a roll on that. So I replace that whole BAB in the last bar with a roll. Okay, so that's very kind of common. Everybody does that I know anyway. Not that I know everybody, but I know a lot of people, especially Irish people. I was talking to one this morning. Anyway, so that's what you want to try to do at least there. Okay, well, if there's no questions or problems or complaints, let's go again. Let's do her a little faster. And remember, this here is what we want to do. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Check in. How are we doing at that speed? Pretty good? Okay, great. Yeah. And getting some ornaments in there, I hope. Now, I'm just going to look up. I've always wanted to know why it's called Drowsy Maggie. So it's in Chief O'Neill's collection. It's number 1425. Wow. And 1903. Dating Drowsy Maggie probably to the mid-19th century. There are no definitive sources on this date, and Drowsy Maggie's origins remain a mystery to this day, which is very, very interesting. Yeah. Irish tune. And it's in a book called 100 Irish Airs in 1858. Pretty cool. But yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows who Maggie is and why she was so drowsy. And you gotta wonder, like in those days, everybody was probably drowsy all the time, for God's sakes. they worked their butts off constantly, right? Nobody got a good night's sleep because you had to sleep on bags of straw and stuff like that. So maybe that's what it was. Or it could be drowsy from drinking too much. That's also a thing. Anyway, I've distracted you enough. Let's try her going a little tiny bit faster. All right. Oh, the other thing that came up on my screen here was dill pickle rag there, Susan. That's for another day. Okay, here we go. Little bit faster. And this is the type of tune, when you get it going, it becomes easier when you go faster. So let's do it kind of like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Last time. Okay, so I think, did we say we're starting with Mountain Road? Yeah? Mountain Road first? Yeah, let's do it. Mountain, and we better play them 3 times because they're so short. So Mountain Road 3 times and Drowsy Maggie 3 times. Okay? I'm thinking... Oh, it's a tricky transition though. Did we say... No, we were doing Drowsy Maggie first, weren't we? It was the other way?
Yeah, I gotta go, you guys.
Oh, okay, see you soon. So,
Okay,
no problem. So we got... That's not ideal. See that? That is like, that's a trick. But I think we should try it. I think we should just try to do it. So the last note of the Mountain Road is that E there. And then we're going to go straight down to the low E. Yes, Calida?
Mountain Road ends on the open D, doesn't it?
Let me see.
So, like, you can just climb up, right?
Okay, I don't know. I might be getting mixed up.
I don't know.
Where's my Mountain Road at? Hold on here. Okay. The girl is crying about something there. Oh my God. She feels injustice very, very strongly. Mountain Road. How come I can't find my Mountain Road? I was just looking at it. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so... Okay, getting it mixed up with another tune. Thank you, Calvin, very much. So yeah, it's very straightforward actually. There's no long note except for the long note that starts drowsy. So let's do it, guys. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and. One more. Here we go. Again. One more. How are we all feeling about that set? I love the set. I think it's a great set. Everybody able to get through it? That's great. Okay, well that's great. So next time we'll see, we'll see how you're getting along there. And next time we're going to see how about dressing it up a little bit. So we'll talk more about the rolls and about a couple of grace notes and double stops. You can hear in the second tune, I'm doing quite a lot of double stopping. It lends itself. And there's some nice combinations that you can get that will serve you very well in different tunes. So we'll do a bit of that next time. But for now, just keep playing them and get them to the point where you're really feeling comfortable and you're not doing any funky chicken. And then we'll continue on with them next week. Any questions or problems or anything, observations or complaints?
I do find that when we speed up, I lose the up
Oh.
of the bowing, but I start flying. But that's the one thing.
What I would do then, if I were you, is I'd take, say, Mountain Road. That's a very good one to practice it with. And what you want to do is you want to do the first 2 bars and see if you can get them fast. So do them slow with the up in place, just the first 2 bars. And then when you do them with the up-ups in place, nice and solidly a few times, tackle it fast. See where it starts to go awry, and see if you can force the issue with just those 2 bars. If you get those 2 bars up to a speed and you're doing up-ups, you're going to be able to do all of the other up-ups. Okay, just the 2 bars, just the small bite. Good point, though. Anybody else having any bits or pieces like that? No? That's great. Sounds like Irish dancing is happening upstairs, which is extremely good. There's another fesh. June 18th is the next competition. So we'll see she's doing the slip jig and the reel this time around. She showed me her slip jig yesterday. It looks really good. I'm very impressed. So anyway, yeah, that's June 18th. And that's the one that I'm going to be playing. That's the first fesh that I'll be playing. And Ina is coming over tomorrow morning to go over the tunes and the speeds that the kids like it. So we'll see how we get along with that. Okay, well, guys, I worked you hard tonight. We're done. And next week we'll ornament. Okay? Have a great week. See you next Thursday.